Workday Adaptive Planning is a fast, easy, and powerful planning, budgeting, and forecasting tool that truly grows with the business model of organizations in the senior living and healthcare industries. From financial planning and analysis and marketing planning to sales and operations and sales planning, Workday Adaptive Planning is a single, unified source of truth for your entire organization, both for your current state and your long-term goals. Clients in the senior living and healthcare industries who adopt Workday Adaptive Planning can expect to see an immediate return on investment by gaining the flexibility to reforecast on the fly by quickly creating ad hoc versions, gain visual insights into data that is up to date and reliable, and streamline key assumptions to reduce error and some of the manual day-to-day tasks that keep your team from making value-added analyses and decisions. For this demonstration, we'll touch on a few different use cases for adaptive planning in the senior living and healthcare industries, so you can see exactly how powerful adaptive will be for your planning, budgeting, and reforecasting processes. We'll be primarily focusing on dashboards in Adaptive to gain just a quick overview of some of the capabilities of Adaptive. So please feel free to reach out for a more in-depth demo of other areas of Adaptive that may be beneficial for your organization. First, we'll navigate to one of Adaptive's most powerful features for visualization, active dashboards, through our navigation pane. As we're moving, you'll notice that every aspect of your planning process, from sheets and drivers to reporting and workflow, are all readily available in just a click. Dashboards are a central hub for planning that provide representations of your data with charts, KPIs, and summary scorecards so that you can directly visualize the impact of what-if scenarios on your financial plan. To start, let's take a look at our workforce plan for the upcoming financial year. Right away, we have a quick visual of our overall staffing needs for the month, broken down by care center and resource type. At the bottom of our dashboard, you'll notice that we have direct access to both our workforce drivers, which indicate how many resources are required to care for a patient by resource type and care type, as well as our personnel model, which contains data on both our current staff and any planned positions we have coming up. As a coordinator at Care Center North, I'm interested in looking at workforce needs specifically for my care center. Using the selector at the top, I've gotten an updated view of the current state of my specific care center. It's workforce needs. Each of our care centers is also tagged with a care type, such as SA or SNF, allowing for additional dimensionality when reporting. Using conditional formatting, I can see that we're understaffed for the number of residents we're planning to have at Care Center North this year across a couple of our resource types, indicated by the color red and the note Care Center North headcount low. Here, I can also add open positions to our personnel model on the bottom right and see the effect of workforce needs and total cost. I can also see the cost of a fully staffed workforce here and drill down to get a view of this cost by resource type, or use Adaptive's drill down capabilities to drill directly into our input sheet and see that cost broken again by care type and resource type. In the future, we might wish to expand this workforce plan to include more granular compensation plans by resource type, or transition to a role-based personnel plan instead of the individual-based model we see here. On the next dashboard, we can take a look at the projected revenue for the upcoming year broken out by facility. We'll go ahead and navigate up to the top level to view all of our facilities. And we'll see this revenue broken out by facility, care type, and payer. Again, using Adaptive's robust drill down capabilities, we can see a more granular view of different dimensions that drive our revenues, such as age demographics, and any other dimensions we've included in our models. The line graph on the right depicts our census data, which can be used to drive calculations for average length of stay, track seasonality of move-ins and move-outs, or calculate turnover, all while accounting for assumptions at the regional, state, and facility levels. We could also expand this model further to calculate metrics such as PPD by synthesizing our workforce and census data, or account for other revenue types such as R&B or ancillary revenue. Now, let's say the coordinator at Care Center North wants to see the effect of increasing the monthly payment for patients using Medicare by 5% and see that effect on revenue. We can make a quick adjustment to the sheet right here on the dashboard. Copy this value forward, save off our changes, and we'll see that our dials are automatically updated based on this new assumption. Once we've taken a look at our workforce and revenue plans, we can go ahead and transition to a more detailed look at our incoming and outgoing residents and the corresponding effects on our occupancy needs. Here, our team can answer questions such as, how much space do we currently have? Who's occupying that space? And how does this inform what types of resources or programming we might want to host at different care centers? Or based on incoming residents, how much additional space might we need? How many more residents do we need to be at full capacity? We can also expand this dashboard to visualize seasonality through waterfall charts or ad hoc reports that compare the different versions we've created and adjust our marketing or resource plans accordingly. Finally, once we've reviewed our expenses and have an idea of our workforce and capacity needs, we can go ahead and transition over to our marketing plan to get a more detailed look into those open inquiries we just saw on the occupancy dashboard. Here, we'll be able to plan exactly how we're going to leverage our current leads and our marketing campaigns to hit our revenue targets and close any gaps on our occupancy vacancies. On this dashboard, we can see quantitative analyses of which of our campaigns are generating the most leads, open inquiries by care center, and any other dimensionalities such as age group or care type, and look into inquiries by stage. What's truly powerful about this view, however, is the qualitative, value-added, and data-driven decisions or inferences we can make based on the data here. First, we can see that our website is driving the majority of our initial inquiries. So we might choose to direct more resources to our web development over emails or social media advertising campaigns. We can compare open inquiries at each care center to our workforce needs, depending on the volume of inquiries, and even gain insights into teams outside of FP&A. Using these dials at the bottom, we can see that our sales team could maybe use some additional support or training in converting tours to actual closed-won move-ins. As we've seen at a very high level in just the past few minutes, we were able to plan for different areas of our workforce, review revenue targets and adjust key drivers for ad hoc scenario analyses, analyze occupancy metrics to determine planned vacancies, and devise data-driven strategies about how best to fill those vacancies through our open inquiries by care type, various demographic metrics, and our different care centers. Everything we have seen today is just a fraction of the value that Workday adaptive planning can add to the budgeting, forecasting, and reporting processes for the senior living and healthcare industries. For a more in-depth look into how active cyber can support you in your journey to a fast, easy, and powerful planning process that can truly grow and expand to every part of your organization, contact us today to go ahead and schedule a personalized demonstration.